The following is a presentation of Studio Audrain, powered by the Mexico Ledger.
Ready? Hello and welcome back to another edition of Community Matters, a Studio Audrain production powered by the Mexico Ledger. I'm your host, Sky Strauss, and with me are two great members of the Presser Youth Traveling Company, and we have Laura Hanley over here and Cecilia Brauker right next to me, and they're here to tell you a little bit about the company. So to start off, welcome in and tell us what you're all about.
Well, the Presser Youth Traveling Company, we're traveling to Scotland for the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, and we're working on raising funds to do so.
And we will be performing at the largest arts festival in the world.
Now, how do you get into something like that?
We got selected by the American High School Theater Festival Association.
No shock. Mexico is a creative community here. So you're fundraising currently. Tell us a little bit about where you've been recently. I know I saw you at Market Madness, but I know you've been more places.
So we've also been at the Farmers Market, which is the first Saturday of every month, except for June, which is the third Saturday of every month.
So you'll still be there this summer?
Yes.
Have a chance to check out these great kids and see what they're doing. What do you sell?
A lot of things. We've made bracelets recently, and sometimes there's food, cookies, if you're lucky. Yeah.
Well, speaking of food, I do know that they're hosting a fundraiser coming up real quick, Dungeons and Dragons for Drama. And there's going to be some food, some games. I'm going to let them talk a little bit more about it. But first, let's start off with what is the program and how did we get this started?
Well, there's a man named Clint, and he has his Dungeons and Dragons business, I guess, that he does charity organizations.
The Roll for Good.
Yes, the Roll for Good, and he chose us. So we will be holding that at Presser on May the 16th. We will have 2 games that day, 1 for $25 and 2 for $45, but you can also come as a spectator for $10.
And a spectator doesn't just mean watching these people play games, because I hear there's going to be some pulled pork sandwiches, smoked pulled pork sandwiches, and other vendors included. So it's going to be an all-day event. People can come, hang out, play some games, watch some games, learn a little bit more about the Presser Youth Traveling Company. So tell us a little bit more about, I know we've got a lot of paperwork here. You guys are busy. When are we going to Scotland?
Summer of 2027.
Okay. Do we have a fundraising goal?
Yes, it's 7,000
A person.
Yeah,
Whoa.
about 7,000 a person.
And that covers all of our traveling expenses.
Housing, food, plane tickets, everything like that.
Have either of you been out of the country before?
I have not.
You have not, and you have.
Yes.
Okay, so is there something you guys are looking forward to, especially going to Scotland?
I'm excited to go to London for the day because there's a lot of sightseeing in London.
Okay.
I'd probably say I'm excited to explore more of Europe. I've been already, but I think there's so much to explore. I'm going to have a lot of fun.
And speaking of exploring, we'll go back to that Dungeons and Dragons for Drama. Have either of you two played before?
No.
No, I don't know a lot about it, but the Dungeons and Dragons will also teach you how to play the game. It's not just for players that already know how. So
Yes, I heard Roll for Good always has, they kind of make it user-friendly for us who may not know, so don't let that intimidate you. But let's go ahead and give them those dates again for Dungeons and Dragons for Drama.
That's May 16th at Presser from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m.
And how do people get tickets?
Presser.com.
Awesome. That makes it nice and easy for us. And I know I see some flyers around town too. So if you see a flyer, they've got a code you can scan. Go find them at Presser. Go bug Miss Lois Brace at Presser Arts Center. I'm sure she'd know too. But thank you, ladies, for coming on to another edition of Community Matters, a Studio Audrain production powered by the Mexico Ledger. And we wish you all the best luck. I'm sure we'll bring you back soon.
Okay. Thank you.